Hello, everyone. I am Nurse Blue. Happy Juneteenth. Today, we are celebrating Juneteenth here in the United States, and I'm super excited about it because it's one of my favorite holidays. And so, for those of you who might be tuning in to me for the very first time, I'm Nurse Blue. Blue stands for Build, Love, Unite, and Empower People about my favorite subject, hopefully soon to be yours, soul health. So, I am happy to come on here today because many of you might just be celebrating Juneteenth for the very first time. You may not know about it, or many of you might be celebrating it, have been doing it for years. So, briefly, let me just for those who may not know, let me take a moment to introduce you to Juneteenth. So, this is the day that we celebrate because it actually commemorates our freedom here in the United States, where all people are considered free. See, it was on June 19, 1865, that the remaining slaves who lived in Texas were notified that we were emancipated by the Emancipation Proclamation. And since that time, Texas have been celebrating their day of liberation. Just a few years ago, the United States decided to acknowledge this holiday, and now it is a national holiday that everyone is celebrating, and I'm pretty excited about it. So you may be wondering, Nurse Blue, why are you excited about Juneteenth? Well, first of all, I'm excited about it because it's a soul health holiday. Yes, it's a day of healing. It is a day that we can acknowledge that we decided to turn the page and move forth with becoming a united nation. Do we have some things that we're still working on? Of course. Do we have a long ways to go? Of course we do. But on this day, because it's the Soul Health and Wellness Day, I step in to support my American brethren. Whether you were originally born in America, like your family has been here for generations like my own, and definitely have a direct connection to Juneteenth holiday. Or if you are a new citizen here and you just got your passport or your citizenship recently, and you're like, what is all of this about? It is a day of healing. And as a nurse and a soul health and wellness professional, I wanted to support people today in learning how we can embrace Juneteenth collectively. Okay. So I decided to, really focus on how do we as America use this day to heal the trauma that came out of this time in history that, believe it or not, we are still dealing with in the United States. And as we are working through a lot of challenges right now, I want you to understand that it is my belief, and also a lot of research has is out there that supports the notion that many of us are still suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome. If you want to learn more about that, I would really recommend that you check out the book that was actually authored by Dr. Joy DeGruy. She's a wonderful a professor and a social scientist that produced this book called Post Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And she speaks openly about how the trauma, the multi generational trauma from that time period in our American history, how it shows up in the lives of the descendants who were, of course, their families were, their ancestral lineage is tied to enslavement, as well as the perpetrators of this system, because at the end of the day, we're spiritual beings, we're having human experiences. And if we don't process our pain, we can transfer it down for many generations. So I know all too much about that because I have openly shared how I myself has struggled with multi-generational trauma and how that has showed up in my own life. But I have a solution that I want to present to you through my own life, that I decided to put in a book form to support us in becoming free, because I believe that freedom is a frequency. So as we're talking about this day of liberation and celebrating it throughout the country, probably more so this weekend since it is a Wednesday, it's Wellness Wednesday for us. So that's why this is appropriate to celebrate. I want to introduce you to a wellness tool that I've created for everyone. It's called Freedom is a Frequency, and it's actually a joy journal. I think one of the things that I am seeing and have been feeling for quite a long time here in America. So I feel that there is an absence of joy here. And joy, quite frankly, is mentioned 430 times in the Bible because of its medicinal effects for our body. I mean, let me just make it pretty plain here. Joy is a nutritional supplement that our joy that our soul needs in order to remain healthy, to remain in a healthy space. And plus, it defeats my number one enemy, chronic stress. Yes. So I created this book, which is really a joy journal, giving women in particular the tips on how you can achieve joy in 5 simple steps. And it's designed to help you elevate your peace, your joy, your abundance, your vitality, your confidence, and also your relationships, right? So it is absolutely necessary that we do our healing work. And now, since we know better, it is absolutely time for us to prioritize self love as we are honoring this holiday, and we're teaching our children about the resilience and the strength and the power that we learned and have inherited from our ancestors. But now we also need to start teaching, not learning for ourselves and teaching our children how to love ourselves on a soul level so that we can continue to move forth in a space of healing and not carrying the trauma from that time period um, into our lives. Because quite frankly, a lot of the chronic stress that we deal with on a regular basis is multi-generational. And a lot of research now is proving that in our DNA that we are carrying up to 5 to 7 generations um, of our ancestral energy in our DNA. So we're still connected to it, even though it has not, even though enslavement did not take place in our lifetime. So that's why I created this joy journal. I wanted it to be a supportive tool. It's a musicology tool that helps you not only learn about how to elevate your soul where you can sustain joy. But I have some really great music that I am introducing you to support you with moving some of that energy, some of that, those hard emotional, those strong emotional feelings that we have a tendency to bury within us. I am really showing you how you can use music to support you in releasing some of that energy. So, without further ado, I am going to post a link below so that you can grab your copy. It's at Amazon of the Freedom is a Frequency Joy Journal. This is your tool that you have available now to support us in our healing for this Juneteenth holiday. And I also have if you don't have any plans today and you want a great Juneteenth edutainment experience, I posted a link to a Juneteenth party that I had yesterday on Clubhouse. If you ever want to find me, guys, go over to Clubhouse, join the Soul Health and Wellness Club in the nurse's house, because I host parties there where I introduce really great musical medicinals, which are musical modalities to help you defeat chronic stress, and also present you with wonderful wellness tips and tools to support your overall health and well-being. I mean, I am Nurse Blow. Don't you want a nurse that cares about your health and well-being? Don't you want a nurse that can help you? I'm sorry, my nose was scratching.